Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
Stretch! You can put it on the board! Yes!
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. Today's show is brought to you by UppercutChops.com. Check out their tasty selection of all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Angus and Prime Wagyu steaks and chops. Wait till you try their best-in-class New York steaks, the filet mignon, of course, the king of all those massive cowboy cut, tomahawk cut ribeyes. Mercy. They are the best I've ever had. Probably be the best you ever had as well. Hell, even those Prime Wagyu and Angus burgers, clearly the best I've ever had. Holy smokes, making me hungry thinking about it right now. Give them a call. Find out what's for dinner. UppercutChops.com, 702-799-9935, 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935 for UppercutChops.com. And a big welcome in to everybody listening in on our CBS, NBC, and Fox Sports affiliates and independents from coast to coast, all the way from Honolulu all the way down to South Florida, a whole bunch of points in between. And everybody watching on Cox, Comcast, Spectrum, Frontier, Time Warner, and WOW Cable TV and Hotel Television. Thanks for joining us, as well as everybody else streaming on Pick Your Favorite social media platform. Remember, like, subscribe, and follow the Sports Circus on Twitter or X, and that would be at the Sports Circus. On Instagram, hashtag TSC Show, and also on Facebook, it's Sports Circus. All right, now that we got a little shameless plug out of the way, how about the Heisman Trophy race? Oh, by the way, folks, we are in the middle of our 7-year anniversary week here on the Sports Circus. Yes! 7 years, thousands of hours of programming. It's been a lot of fun. So we will have some special guests in here. We're not going to tell you who's going to join us, but we do have some people coming in, and you never know. It's a circus, and we prove it every day. So the Heisman, like I had mentioned, you basically got 4 guys that are fighting it out, kind of like this whole CFP BS Final Four thing, right? Which we already saw Florida State get snubbed in that one. Nonetheless, in this Heisman race, it features Jaden Daniels of LSU, Marvin Harrison Jr. of Ohio State, Bo Nix of Oregon, and Michael Penix Jr. from Washington, named the finalists for this year's Heisman Trophy. Lots of press out there on this one, and of course, we're going to pull this one right from one of our real reliable sources, and that would be Yahoo. And what I find interesting is the spin that they put on it. So let's run over what these people have on their minds. And we're going to give credit to this guy named Nick, who is a college football writer for them. And he says LSU's Jaden Daniels, Ohio State, Marvin Harrison Jr., Oregon's Bo Nix, and Washington's Michael Penix Jr. were named to the 4 finalists for the award. And the Heisman winner will be announced coming up soon. Now, all 3 quarterbacks put up big numbers over this season, and betting odds make it seem like the award is Daniels to lose. Now, how that is, I'll get to the numbers in just a moment. He continues on with, he's the overwhelming favorite at BetMGM, minus 1,400. So basically, you put up, you put up 1,400 to win 100. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. While Mr. Penix from Washington is at plus 900, basically at 9-1. Bo Nix is a lofty 22-1. I kind of like that one. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is at 20,000, or basically 200-1. Got to tell you, folks, I like that 200-1 shot. I might run down to the casino and put $10 on Marvin Harrison Jr. because he and Bo Nix, as I see it, are the 2 statistical favorites for this. Nonetheless, The writer continues with, Daniels is the only quarterback in the country to throw for over 3,000 yards and rush for over 1,000 yards this season. He was 236 of 327, passing for 38-12 and 40 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. His 11.7 yards per attempt led all college football by a wide margin. Alabama's Jalen Milroe was number 2 in that category at 10.4, and only 3 quarterbacks averaged more than 10 yards a pass. So what? Daniels also rushed 135 times for 1,134 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's a staggering 8.4 yards per carry and the best average of any player in college football with more than 100 rushing attempts. It's remarkable to figure when you consider the sacks are counted against the quarterback and their rushing total. Okay, I'll give him that. But let's think about this for a moment. Is that what this is about? Is he a quarterback? Is he a running back? What is he? Is he a pocket passer? Pocket passers win Super Bowls, folks, generally speaking, outside of Patrick Mahomes, whatever. The reality is, if you look at all 50-odd Super Bowls, almost all of them, with the exception of maybe a few of them, we'll say Mahomes and maybe Steve Young, and I don't know, there's somebody else in there that I may be missing, they're all generally pocket passers. Some actually move the pocket, and some just stay within the pocket, within the tackle box. Anyway, Bo Nix leads the country in completions and completion percentage. He's 336 of 435, passing for 4,145 yards and 40 touchdowns to only 3 INTs. That's 7 more touchdowns than Mr. Daniels. He was considered the Heisman frontrunner before Oregon lost to Michael Penix Jr. in Washington in the Pac-12 championship game. You can't blame Bo Nix for the lack of defense that Oregon played in that game against Washington. That has nothing to do with Bo Nix. It has everything to do with the defense of Oregon. So I wouldn't really say that Penix is a favorite over him. No way. In fact, he is set to play, being Bo Nix, set to play in the Fiesta Bowl against Liberty, the other unbeaten team that gave, a lot of teams a lot of fits, because Liberty, for what a lot of people don't know, they led the nation in takeaways this year. Out of all 200-odd programs, yes, they led these United States of America in takeaways, interceptions, fumbles, etc., etc. Strips, you name it, sack strips, they did it all. So, of course, Bo Nix is set to play in the Fiesta Bowl against Liberty and, of course, has an outside chance at setting a single-season record for completion percentage. And Bo Nix was 21 for 34 passing in the loss to Washington, which is still pretty damn good, but dropped behind former Alabama quarterback Mac Jones for the record. But guess what? The season's still going, because it seems like they seem to play 14 games now these days, because you've got the conference championship game and all this other crap. Anyway, Mac Jones had completed 77.4% of his passes in 2020, while Nix is currently at 77.2%. And that's kind of like splitting hairs, wouldn't you think? Nonetheless, no quarterback threw more touchdown passes this season than Daniels and Nix. Really, it was Nix, not necessarily Daniels. See how they spin the story, folks? This is what happens with this whole media spin BS. Nonetheless, this writer from Yahoo continues on. It says, Penix led Washington to an undefeated season and a spot in the college football playoff. Well, guess what? We saw that in Florida State. Well, guess what? They were undefeated. They didn't get a chance because their quarterback was injured. Nonetheless, the Huskies are back in the playoff for the first time since 2016, as Penix has completed 307 of 466 for 42-18. Now let's go back and look at Bo Nix. He was 336 for 435 for 41-45 versus Penix was 307 for 466. Something tells me Bo Nix is a better quarterback. Nonetheless, Penix threw for 7 less touchdowns and 9 interceptions, which are 6 more interceptions than Bo Nix. So far, this is Bo Nix's award. And also, it said that, Penix led the country in passing yards while Nix is second. But then again, what about completion percentage and efficiency? Bo Nix all day and twice on Sunday. So there are only 2 quarterbacks who have thrown for over 4,000 this season, while Daniels is third, who they say, conveniently, is the odds-on favorite, with 1 fewer game played since LSU was not in an SEC championship game. Why? Because they weren't good enough. Oh, by the way, LSU lost to who? Florida State. In fact, Florida State beat them by 3 touchdowns, but everyone seems to forget about that one. Well, Florida State didn't have any quality wins. Like hell they didn't. Anyway, Marvin Harrison Jr. is widely considered the best wide receiver in the country, though he is the biggest long shot, which to me makes zero sense whatsoever. He has 67 catches for 1,211 yards, 14 touchdowns, and an average of over 18 yards per catch. He scored 28 touchdowns over the past 2 seasons and is consensus projected top 5 pick in the 2024 draft, which means he'll probably end up going to the Chicago Bears, and his old quarterback, which was who? Justin Fields, will likely get a chance to throw at him again. Now, all 3 quarterbacks are in their second season at their current school after transferring from their original colleges. There's something interesting. So, was anyone snubbed? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, you ask yourself, who was really snubbed in this? There's always somebody that's left out. Maybe McCarthy from Michigan and their offense, but he was only 213 of 287. He doesn't qualify. I don't know. There's other players that maybe you can consider, but end of day, I think the right guys are there. Well, I'm not so sure necessarily about Daniel. I think Daniels is good, but Daniels is not, even though he is the odds-on favorite, to me, he is not a Heisman winner. Now, this is Bo Nix's trophy. It should be Bo Nix. Everybody over in Auburn, Alabama that's listening on WAUD, home of the Atlanta Braves, in Auburn, may disagree, but I have to say that Bo Nix has had the best year of a quarterback this year outside of the rushing touchdowns from the guy from LSU. Bo Nix is the best in the country. He should win the Heisman Trophy, although I would kind of like to see Marvin Harrison, only because, well, it's something different. It's not a quarterback. All right, back here in a few minutes on The Circus. Lots more to come.
Attention business owners, you and your customers are listening to this right now. Face it, every business needs customers, even yours. The Sports Circus is a primetime nationally syndicated program that's carried on ABC, NBC, CNBC, and Westwood One News affiliates, plus CBS, Fox, and NBC sports affiliates across North America, with coverage from Hawaii to New York. Also, the Sports Circus is available to the 180 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, and the Sports Circus gets about 4 million website visitors per month, which could click through your website and bring sales. The Sports Circus provides great content featuring celebrity guests from sports and entertainment to our audience every weekday, which your company could greatly benefit from by increasing your visibility, foot traffic, eyeballs to your website, and calls from potential customers. Call us right now at 702-799-9935. Again, 702-799-9935. Or email us at info@thesportscircus.com. That's info@thesportscircus.com. Drive your sales today by advertising with the Sports Circus.
Could you use a little extra money right now? If you'd like to borrow up to $100,000 and get pre-approved in minutes, call the number we'll give you at the end of this commercial. Our lending partners have already loaned millions of dollars to individuals just like you, and we're ready to lend you up to $100,000 if you qualify. Even if your credit is not perfect, you could use the money to pay off high-interest credit cards, for home renovations, or consolidate existing debt. You can get flexible, easy-to-pay terms. The consultation to find out if you qualify is free. To find out if you qualify for our special financing program, call this toll-free number 24 hours a day. 800-335-1376. 800-335-1376. 800-335-1376. That's 800-335-1376. Important terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Loan amount, annual percentage rate, and term will vary depending on creditworthiness. Applying does not guarantee approval. Account approval is subject to verification and confirmation of your credit history and acceptance by a lender. If you choose to apply for a loan through us, a consumer report will be obtained to evaluate your creditworthiness in connection with your application for credit.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes, are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all-natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.
You're listening to the Sports Circus, and I'm Mike Golick. Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Roy Firestone. Now it's time to throw it back to Sal.
Thanks, Roy, and welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio, AAMP.TV. You know, this is our anniversary week. For 7 years, the Sports Circus has been on air from coast to coast on radio and television, and it's been a lot of fun. In fact, we've talked to a lot of fun people from different locations, and in our listening audience for years and years on NBC News and CNBC Financial in Southern California and the greater Los Angeles market, we had a chance to talk with one of our favorite places to go, and that is in Sunset Beach, California. I used to live there, and I have to tell you folks, this is one of the incredible hidden secrets, hidden places, best beaches on the West Coast. And my favorite place to get date shakes is a place called Pocket Burger Shack. Pocket Burger Shack. And I did a quick video, and I want you to listen to this. And this is for my friend Daniel over there, who serves up the best date shakes I've ever had, and probably be the best you've ever had. So this segment is brought to you by Pocket Burger Shack in Sunset Beach. Pocket Burger Shack, Sunset Beach, California. Great stuff, folks. They have great date shakes and all kinds of wonderful things in here. Right there. All kinds of things. Can't see it, so everybody on great, tremendous drinks. We're going to find out all about those. All kinds of shakes. Even wonderful gear as well. Great surf gear. And so let's go over and talk to Daniel. And Daniel is the owner of Pocket. Daniel, what's happening?
Hello, guys. Hello. Okay.
I want to know about the name. I want to know about why here and everything else. Give me 30 seconds on the name of
Pocket Burger Shack.
Burger Shack.
Well, we came for a burger back in September of 21, and we met the owner, and he wanted to sell and move back to Thailand. So we decided, okay, well, let's do this. So it was a handshake. I'm a real estate broker. Literally, it was a handshake, cash for keys. So we were so fortunate to get this place because you cannot find this environment. The atmosphere behind us is tremendous. We're so close to the beach. So the Pocket was the original name from the previous owner, but then the logo, we had a contest at a fashion design location, and we had 10 entries. The winner is going to win $300, and this is the logo we decided on. So the best part about it is an older gentleman came in one day and says, "I love your logo." So why is that? Because the burger's surfing in the pocket, and I'm not a surfer. We had no idea that this was going to happen like this. So we've been very blessed. We're very fortunate that things have gone so well for us. You know, it's been a tough winter because it's the coldest winter since 1950, but you know, we're very fortunate compared to all the others. So we have diversified the menu. It started off with a pocket burger. We kept everything the same. It's a very unique sauce. It's like a teriyaki, but it's not. It's 11 different ingredients that's basically right in the noggin. So we got that going on. We do agua frescas that are delicious. We have over 20 different flavors. We got the La Michoacan ice cream brand, which we recently brought in to the restaurant maybe a month and a half ago. Then also we have our blankets, and now we have ponchos now with our logo on the front of it.
Hey, I have one of those ponchos.
Yeah, we get them directly from Mexico. They're authentic.
They're super soft.
Yes, and even including the blankets, it's the same material. So yeah, we nailed it. We were really excited about that. So we also are doing the breakfast burrito, where I get the chorizo from a mom and pop place back inland, and nobody's got that flavor. So it's really a delicious one that either mild or spicy. But then we also have the spam, chorizo, or the ham, bacon sausage, and the regular stuff. But it takes us 2 hours to make those the potatoes. So the house potatoes are additionally just delicious. So that's part of it. We do a bolsa chica bowl with white rice or brown rice, where we're going to have a carrots, broccoli, cabbage, and zucchini with our tri-tip on top. We marinated in our pocket sauce. Or we do a Thai chicken bowl, where we put the chicken, we marinate that in our peanut sauce that we make in-house as well. So yeah, we got some great flavors that a lot of people would not expect from a small little place. It's only 550 square feet. I think you can't do a lot with it. We are doing a lot with it.
what inspired the changes in the menu and the things that you brought to the table for the menu? Because it's some of the stuff is the same from the previous owner, but you made changes too. Why'd you make them, and what inspired those changes?
Well, as far as us taking some items off as well, is because they're so spicy that when I started cooking, I started losing a lung, basically. And then Lori says, well, let me try it. I could do it. And next thing you know, she's running to the bathroom. So she couldn't cook it, so it's too spicy for us. So, which is fine. Now, Lori and I work the front more. We have cooks that work the kitchen more that can handle more of the spice than we can handle. But still, we noticed that in the area, there's no breakfast burritos being sold. Actually, there was one spot that ended up closing down recently. And I was like, whoa, what a coincidence. And we started right in November, right when the bird flu hit. And eggs went sky high. And we're like, oh my God, what did we just get ourselves into? So it works out because now everything's within reason. We do it on a 14-inch tortilla, and the flavors are wonderful. We're getting the reviews back. Just wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
So I come down here, and I used to live right around the corner from here. And for years and years, I went to this place and got the date shakes. Now, since you took the place over, I can honestly say the date shakes have gotten better.
Oh, thank you.
They absolutely have. And I'm not saying it because that's what I get here. No. I drove 30 miles to come get this date shake. I love coming to the old neighborhood. And folks, you can see across the street, there are people paddleboarding up and down the water over there.
Yeah.
But Daniel here
that
is...
date shake, man, let me tell you, he did not leave me the recipe. So I had no idea. I've never made a date shake before. I never even drank one.
Whatever you did, you're doing it better than what he had. Really.
Well, thank you. You know what it turned out to be? Take care, guys. Bye. What it turned out to be was I had a dream. It literally came from a dream.
Really?
I was in a Uber or Lyft in the back seat, looking out the window, and there's a husband and wife team that was driving me, and they brought me into the shady area for some reason, and they told me they let me out of the car, and I thanked them, and they were thanking me. And it's like, yeah, you gave me the time to think about how to make the date shake. I'm not kidding you. So I put these ingredients, I have the memory of that dream, and I started doing that particular recipe, and that's what I have.
Right.
So it includes a little of this and a little of that, and cinnamon and honey, and so it's just it's a labor of love.
So I love the fact that you had a dream about it. So, King had a dream about freedom. You had a dream about a date shake. But let me tell you something. The date shake is freedom, though. I mean, and I've had several of these, and I have to say that there are some that are very middle of the road. This is truly, honestly, the best one I've had. And I don't mind driving 30 miles to come down here to come get it. It is what it is.
Oh, thank you.
Right? When you have a good thing, like I'm wearing a shirt here from a very specific place back from where I'm from.
Yeah.
And this is the king of the mountain for this type of food. Truly the king of the mountain. They're on all the cooking shows. I'll give a plug to my friend Bones over at Al's Beef, 1079 West Taylor Street in Chicago. It's the best Italian beef on planet Earth on every cooking show you can imagine. And I'm just waiting for the day that Guy Fieri comes down here and says, I want to try one of these date shakes, because the date shake are outstanding. But of course, he's going to have to eat prior too. And if Guy was here, what would you serve him prior to the date shake? What's your flag, most popular, most proud item?
Yeah, well, definitely it's the pocket burger. That one is just very unique. It does have avocado, bacon, provolone.
Oh, you're killing me. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, we put a fried egg in there. And then when that bursts open,
right?
It's delicious. It's a little messy, but well worth it.
Right, that's like Hawaiian style. Yeah.
So the pocket sauce, again, is a unique flavor that nobody else has. And you look at our reviews, we get some wonderful reviews. Recently somebody posted, we're better than In-N-Out Burger.
That's a big statement. I don't know. I haven't tried one yet because I come down here specifically for one thing. Maybe I'll try the pocket burger someday.
Yeah, and also the tri-tip burger. We're getting a lot.
I saw that on the menu. Right, Where's that menu?
It's inside.
I thought I saw one. Oh, there's one over there. There's a menu on the table. Yeah, go ahead and grab that. Let's take a quick look at it. All right, here down at Sunset Beach, California. What a glorious spot. A beautiful place. Here with Daniel from this wonderful establishment here. I have to tell you, I'm going to show this to everybody who's looking. It's the Pocket Burger Shack menu. All right, there it is. And there's the address right there. In case you're keeping score, 16873 Pacific Coast Highway, Sunset Beach, 90742. Check them out online at pocketburgershack.com. That's pocketburgershack.com. This is for everybody listening on the radio that doesn't get a chance to watch the video. The reality is, folks, you got to check this out. It is wonderful stuff. Check out that logo. Here's what he was telling you about with the logo. All right, let's see if we can get it in the light. There we go.
Also Instagram, do it, because I think we have plenty of pictures on Instagram, Facebook, but mostly Instagram we're targeting towards.
Right? So
we were mentioning about the burgers and stuff. The other burger is a tri-tip burger, and that one is a delicious one with onions and bell peppers with a tri-tip that we put on top of the burger itself. And then
you're killing me. You're talking about all these things, and I haven't had them. And in fact, there's the tri-tip burger. I'm showing people right here. Here's the different items here. And I got to tell you, folks, it's a hell of a lot more affordable than you think, because things are so damn expensive these days. They're so expensive, but you found a way to operate in a very pricey neighborhood affordably.
Well, you know, it's because of the hustle. Because really, I've been to 5 or 6 places already today, shopping, getting the lowest price possible on all my items. So, you know, as far as, and the quality's not being hindered at all. So, hey, it's the harder you work, the luckier you get.
You're shopping smart, but you're passing along good value to your customers, which nowadays people don't give a damn about. That's our friend Daniel at Pocket Burger Shack in Sunset Beach, California. Folks, make sure you check him out over on Pacific Coast Highway. Great food, great energy, great environment, fantastic date shakes. Back here in a few minutes on the circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere. I'm your Ringmaster Sal of the Sports Circus, a primetime, nationally syndicated television, radio, sports, and entertainment show. The Sports Circus covers topics others are too scared to talk about. There's no other primetime show like it out here that'll punch you in the face and you'll beg for more. Join me, Hall of Famers, world champions, and all-star celebrity guests for chaos and controversy here on Libsyn and all podcast platforms, plus thesportscircus.com. Remember, folks, it's a circus and we prove it every day.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now, before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more.
800-957-6209. 800-957-6209. 800-957-6209. That's 800-957-6209.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing and always need to stick your fingers to test your blood sugar. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. Apply a discrete sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger sticks. If you are living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes and you use insulin or have had hypoglycemic events, you might be eligible for a CGM through your insurance benefits. U.S. Med partners with over 500 private insurance companies and Medicare. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill your insurance. Call us today for a free benefits check.
800-659-7805. 800-659-7805. 800-659-7805. That's 800-659-7805.
That's ridiculous.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm Tom Brenneman.
How do you not love that music? Welcome back to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal, live from Las Vegas in the AMP TV studio. AAMP.TV stands for All Ages Media Programming Television. Make sure you check them out at AAMP.TV, AAMP.TV. Part of our 7-year anniversary week show lineup, we've got lots of surprises coming up for you, but I can't really tell you what they are. But, we want to shout out all those people, or the people that we remember as doing great things for the circus, and some people that have crossed our paths. And, that Pocket Burger Shack in the last segment, great guy. Daniel's a wonderful human, but the food is really that good. And I throw that in there because I go out of my way to go to this place every time I'm in Southern California. I don't care where I'm at, anywhere in the LA basin, I will find my way over to Pocket Burger Shack. No, I don't get anything for doing this. I'm just telling you because it's good stuff. And the same thing when I had mentioned I was wearing a t-shirt from arguably the best sandwich in the world, and that is from Al's Italian Beef, Al's #1 Italian Beef, and that's at 1079 West Taylor Street in Chicago. Now, if you think you like those Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, well, the Italian beef sandwiches are a whole different animal, and it's real cooking. It's not Philadelphia Philly cheesesteak fried with some onions and peppers and some cheese whiz and crap like that on it. These are real sandwiches. It's real cooking. Folks, there's a very big difference. Check out the sportscircus.com's partner page, and you'll see Al's #1 Italian Beef on there. Click on the logo. You can actually order it online, and they can send you big tubs of it. Boy, that's good stuff. That's how I get mine. I get mine in, I don't know, multi-pound, maybe 5 or 10 pound. I don't know what the hell they send me, but boy, is it good. It is really good. It's exceptional. And growing up in a food mecca, as Chicago is, I was very fortunate to have great pizza, great Italian food, great this, great that. Not great sports teams, of course, unfortunately. And, of course, we give a big round of boos for that. Especially those stupid Cubs. Not really a Cub fan, White Sox guy. But anyway, the point is, great food, great environment. And for all those that think they may know the city, but they don't know the city, Chicago is actually the candy capital of the world. I go to the candy convention, the Sweets and Snacks Expo every year. And it's basically the Super Bowl of sweets and snacks. So it's the candy capital of the world, Chicago is. It is the city that in the world that has more art museums per capita than anywhere else in the world. Also, it is the rail center of America. It is the transportation hub of America. And on we go. Very cultured neighborhoods. But there's a lot to see there. So broadcasting over there, even here in Las Vegas or Los Angeles or New York or Boston, all of our friends across the country, look, we've had some really cool guests on the show, and some are localized to different areas, but we've also had student athletes. And this is kind of fun. We think back to our student athlete list, and I want to acknowledge some of these student athletes because when you look at some of these kids, you say, wow, these were really standout kids academically that just happened to be good in sports as well. And so my criteria for the show to bring these student athletes on were to make sure that we had kids that really were conscientious with their schoolwork, not just kids that are going to, they're not going to really do their homework. They're just going to kind of play sports. So I want to acknowledge some of these kids. In fact, some of them went on to play college sports and pro sports and whatnot.
So we had all the way from from the second show of December 10th of 2016, Celine Quintano from Liberty High School. And then it seemed to go on for a while here, but I'm going to acknowledge these kids because these are good kids here for sure. Jordan Walker from Silverado High School here in Vegas. Haley Tyrell from Coronado High School in Henderson, Nevada. Kenyon Oblad. Kenyon, you've probably seen him play in Division I college football. He played at UNLV, also played at Dixie State and somewhere else. From Liberty High School right here in Henderson, Nevada. Tyler Yang from Bartlett High School in Greater Chicago. Calicio Howard Jr. from San Diego, from Hoover High School. Savannah Alum, private education from Logandale, Nevada. Star Hawkins, Cheyenne High School, Las Vegas. Parker Hart was on twice from Pahrump Valley High School because he was a baseball star and a football star. Parker Hart went on to play college sports, doing very, very well in his craft. Corey Anderson from Laughlin Senior High in Laughlin, Nevada. Andres Cortez, private school, Las Vegas. Joe Schrantz, Notre Dame High School, Chicago. Craig Shelton, Oak Park River Forest High School in Oak Park, Illinois. Yes! And, of course, a round of applause. That's where I went to high school, Oak Park River Forest High School. That's right. In fact, the Chicago Bears got their colors from Oak Park and River Forest High School, in case you didn't know that, because the University of Illinois got their colors from my high school a long time ago, and, of course, the Bears got their colors from the University of Illinois. Nice fun fact there. Also want to acknowledge some more of these young people. Barry M., we'll just leave it as Barry M. from Las Vegas. Calvin Bearcat from Sachet, Texas. That's a very large human. Boy, he was a fun kid. Ashley Hearn, UCLA women's basketball. She was in the Sweet 16. Lynn Dreiselker, Truman State University out of Missouri. And who else do we have? We have Kajun Jackson from Cheyenne High School, Las Vegas. Faith Houston from Crestwood Elementary School in Las Vegas. Madison, Michigan. And these two, Madison and Faith, had the best lemonade stand in Las Vegas. That's why I brought them on. Incredible stuff. And who else do we have? We had Malik Ricks. He was known as Kid Dynamite. Every time Malik would do a read for the circus, so this segment brought to you by, he would somehow find a way to mess it up. So every time he would do that, I would blow him up. I'd give him one of those. And so he was known as Kid Dynamite. Malik's doing great things now in the media world. Good for Malik. And Rob Houston, College of Southern Nevada Athletics. And, of course, Zoe Curtis. And Zoe was from Boulder City. And now, in fact, Zoe Curtis is now a high school senior. Wow, how time flies. And Zoe won a barbecue contest over there in Boulder City. That was really cool. And then we had DJ Smith from Arborview High School and Cimarron High School. In fact, DJ went on to be the starting nose tackle at the College of Lewis and Clark with the Pioneers. And so, in fact, I believe DJ just graduated. So, DJ, what a wonderful, wonderful guy. And so I was going to say a kid, but geez, now he's a man. And so Tyshawn Thomas from Canyon Springs High School, Dominic Tuzzolino and John Tuzzolino. John Tuzzolino Jr., University of Illinois Champaign. Dominic Tuzzolino from Fremd High School, Palatine, Illinois, Greater Chicago. Then we had Bria Williams from Malibu High School in Malibu, California. And then we actually had a basketball team in from Honolulu. So we want to mention all of our friends over there that listen on KHKA, CBS Sports 1500 in Honolulu. Angie, Amalia, Honey Girl, Misha, Sierra, Jenna. I mean, all these girls that went to either Radford, they went to Ailani, they went to Punahou, they went to Sacred Heart Academy and also Hawaii Baptist Academy and Kahuku High School. Wonderful young ladies. Boy, that was a lot of fun having them all in studio. There's a lot of them, too, and their coach. Lots of fun there. Luca Corso, Michigan State University. Emma King, College of Southern Nevada. And, who else do we have? We had Eva Kingston from White Pines High School, way up in Ely. That's in northern Nevada. Will McCorkle, what a great kid. Will McCorkle always gets a round of applause anytime mentioned here. A very large human, and is actually in law school right now. Went to Carmel Catholic High School in Mundelein, Illinois when he was on the show. Lindsay Sapienza, captain of the women's Duke fencing team, Duke University. Nice round of applause for her as well. And just a few more. Tyra Poole, track and field, Lorna Ryan University, Hickory, North Carolina. And, of course, Elizabeth Lucasen, Camden High School, Camden, New York. Miles Delgado, Texas Tech University in Lubbock. Andre Anderson, Westcliff University, Irvine, California. Julio Ackerman, Rosemary Clark Middle School. Large human, great kid. Pahrump, Nevada, does some intern work from time to time for us. Emma Bratt, our current intern from Illinois State University. And Eden Malloy, who is homeschooled out of Destin, Florida. Eden is one of the top pickleball players in America, behind, of course, just a couple of others. But in fact, we had Eden Malloy on the show with our longtime friend Rick Barry. Remember Rick Barry in the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame? He's the guy that brought that bucket shot to the league and also was a world champion with the Golden State Warriors. And so Eden Malloy and Rick Barry had a great conversation on air about leadership and about pickleball, because they both obviously are really good at pickleball. But it was a fun conversation. In fact, Eden's father is Mitch Malloy, the former frontman for Great White, and he was also hired by Eddie Van Halen to replace Sammy Hagar. What a great story. We had a great show with Mitch Malloy and Pete Thorne, and Pete Thorne he's like a guitar god. So it's all of these shows, they featured these kids, these student athletes, but we've had so many surprise guests here on the Sports Circus over the last 7 years. We have so many more to come. In fact, making a special appearance coming up soon is going to be a gentleman by the name of Nick Bakay. And Nick is an instrumental figure in the show 2.5 Men, also in the show Mom, as an executive producer, if I'm not mistaken, also has his own show called Bookies, and he's going to be here on the circus in the next day or 2 or 3. I'm not going to tell you exactly what day. You just got to come back and find out. But Nick is a great guy, and he is the voice of Salem the Talking Cat, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, my favorite TV character. Back here in a few minutes on the circus. Lots more to come. Don't go anywhere.
Can't beat fun at the old ballpark, friends. High pop fly. That would be a home run in a phone booth. I don't know what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box? Here's the pitch. That might not sound important to some people when you're a little kid, especially from humble origin, and they cheat you out of a prize. There's a bouncing ball. Second baseman has a Barbary over to first. It's hard to think in laudatory terms of the product.
I think if there was an occasional box of Cracker Jacks that found no prizes for the little Harry Carey many years ago.
You got that right. And boy, when a box of Cracker Jack to me meant a lot of money. Here's a pitch, bounce foul. That's the most asinine marketing I've ever heard of. 1 ball, 1 strike. These guys say, well, you sing about Cracker Jack. I said, I only sing it because it's in the song. Here's a pitch foul back. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised, even to this day, some youngsters who buy a box of Cracker Jack don't find a prize in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Well, if you're going to talk about a congressman being crooked, here's a pitch foul out of play. Why not talk about commercial products that don't do what they represent to do?
There's a smash to Squires. He's got it. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We're going to the bottom of the 7th now to score. All tied up. Milwaukee 4, the White Sox 4. Hey! Everybody! All right, Nancy, let me hear you. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back for its root for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame.
cow. This crowd is wild.
Hello, Jack McDowell here, Black Jack McDowell, and you're watching the Sports Circus, which is totally cool. So you have a great time watching. Have some fun.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. Welcome back to the Sports Circus, that is. And listen, folks, it's live. Anything can happen. This segment is brought to you by the Sports Circus. And I have to tell you, folks, it has been one fun ride for the last, 7 odd years. Actually, we started before December 3rd of 2016. So this is technically our 7-year anniversary, but boy, it has been a lot of fun. It really has. And we've had some great guests on, and I went over some of those student athletes in the last segment. And of course, we covered the Pocket Burger Shack, our favorite place when we go to Southern California to go get those date shakes and whatnot. Talk about our longtime partners, College of Southern Nevada Athletics, etc. Check them out at csncoyotes.com. Lots of great content, but you know what? We've had great guests and, look, very edgy content with some of these people. So some people, they really dig the show because it's edgy. Other people dig it because there's really strong, in-depth content in many areas, whether it's sports or entertainment or politics or community affairs or business or science. We've had all kinds of people on this show, and I have to tell you, folks, with the thousands of shows we've done, the guest list has grown and grown. Check out the sportscircus.com for who has actually been on this. But here is a nice little piece that's been put together of our guests here on the show. Actually, it's not all of them, but it's some of them. I want you to pay attention to this because this is what we've been able to accomplish over the last 7 years. For all those people that say, you can't do it, you're not good enough. Really? Let's see how that worked out. Have a listen, folks. This is really cool. Check this out.
Hey, this is Tommy John, and you're listening to the Sports Circus.
There's a long ball. Yes! You can put it on the ball.
These shows well.
Welcome to the Sports Circus. I'm your Ringmaster Sal here with Bill Clement. We have special guests
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.,
billionaire Jeff Hoffman, Mike Golick, Tom Flores,
John Stockton,
David Meltzer, Jim Tunney, Roger Craig,
Andre Reed,
Mario Andretti,
Herschel Walker,
Blake Firestone,
Mike Haynes,
Kevin Green,
Brian Urlacher,
Jim Jeffcoat,
Rod Jaworski,
Al Bubba Baker,
Steve Garvey,
Brett Saberhagen,
Jack McDowell,
Rich Cho, Danny McClain, Yank Berry, Grant Fuhrer,
Paul Dvorsky,
President of the Vegas Golden Knights, George McPhee,
Len Komorowski, CEO of Cavaliers,
Blake Greenwood, Mickey Studa,
Art Steele,
Tom Beebe,
Ben Solomon,
Tom Dreesen,
Pat O'Connor,
Alan Glist, 43 Tony Awards.
Walt Harris, Mike Crawford, President, CEO of the Hall of Fame,
Louis Viola, President, Paramount Famous Production, Universal Worldwide Home Entertainment, Universal Studios Home Entertainment, Glenn Berman, Randy Funk,
Professor Dr. Tommy John, Dave Robertson, Pat Williams,
Brandon Schneider,
Henry Bibby,
Mike Bibby,
Tim Donaghy,
Dan Hughes,
Marcus Johnson,
George Litt,
Larry Center, Steve Berlander,
Dr. Jen Welter,
Steve Lavin, Gus Barak,
Craig Colquitt,
Paul Shortino.
My life is just a party and
Parties weren't meant to last. Dickerson.
Jason Hook, guitar player for Five Finger Death Punch.
Craig Bartok, lead guitar player, songwriter for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Heart.
Sidney Justin from the Miracles.
My name is Curtis Blow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. I'm here on the Sports Circus.
Vinny from the Bronx Wanderers.
Mark Schulman, drummer for Pink, Cher, Velvet Revolver, Stevie Nicks, Sheryl Crow, Simple Mind, Richard Mark,
Aaron Fink, Breaking Benjamin.
Jason Hartlett, drummer for rock legend Ted Nugent.
Matt Starr, drummer for Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Rockstar Todd Kearns.
Bill Buckman, the bass player in the rock band Fuel.
Dave Laurie.
Neil Donnell from the band Chicago.
This is Brad Gillis from the band Night Ranger. And
Philip Bailey.
Reasons, the reasons that we're here.
8-time Grammy Award winner, top 100 greatest drummers of all time.
Kenny Aronoff with John Fogerty, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Dave Grohl, Joe Walsh, John Mellencamp.
John Deddy, drummer for Player, Anthrax, Testament, Volbeat.
Mitch Malloy, I'm the lead singer of Great White.
Pete Thorne with Chris Cornell. Melissa Etheridge.
Rob Mount, drums with Lou Graham.
Philip Schaus, I play guitar with Accept. I play bass guitar for Ace Frehley.
Todd Morris from The Offspring.
Ty Dennis, The Doors.
Eric Aldenius, here from Bill Adams.
Red Jones, bass player for Vontae. Steelheart, Fuel. Michael Schenker Group.
This is Josie Scott from Josie Scott's Saliva.
Marky Mark with Foundry Rocks.
Brian Trock.
Scotty McClellan.
4-time Grammy Award winner.
Chris Christian. Jay Ramsey.
Heidi Merrill.
Vince Van Patten.
Daniel Negreanu.
Greg Fossilman Raymer.
Billy Hayes.
Foz Davis.
Rashad Phillips.
Dr. Kristen Willemeyer.
NASA astronaut. Mike Millay.
Anthony Davis.
George Stark. Dwayne Starks.
Brian Mitchell.
Rick Upchurch.
Willie Rofe.
Jim Fossil.
Dwayne Clemens.
Chief Schrader. Pepper Johnson.
Andre Bad Moon, a.k.a. Rise.
Brian Jordan.
Bill Romanowski.
Dwight Hicks. Jason McKee.
Michael Keller.
Fred Mitchell.
Barty Appel.
Tim Rando.
Tom Brenneman.
Barry Katz.
Brad Williams. Dennis Blair.
Arthur Sarkisian.
Dean Edwards.
Emmett Short.
Jason Acevedo.
It's Christina Smith. Bruce Nahan.
Lee Haney. Rick Barry. Cowboy Ninja. Lance Pekas.
Anson Williams.
Don Most here.
Kevin Sorbo here.
Yes.
Dr. Peter McCullough.
Damian Jackson, ex-Navy SEAL.
Margaret Carey. Tinkerbell.
Stephanie Stuckey, CEO of Stuckey's Corporation.
Bruce Perlowan, founder, Marijuana Inc., Medical Marijuana Inc., Hemp Inc.
Glenn Gardone, president of Red Chocolate.
Ronnie Nunn.
Belgian Henderson.
Jack Llewellyn, sports psychologist.
Susie Helmaker.
Alexander Bardot Pinto.
Bill O'Brien.
Brad Server, grandson of Curly Howard from the Three Stooges.
Chris Kemper.
Aaron Rowan.
Art Kushner.
Jose Rio in the house.
Kurt Bavacqua here.
Greg Olson.
Matt Joyce. Jim Laird.
Mike Hollis.
Brad Coleman.
Burst. Santana Moss.
Vance Johnson.
Donnie Shale.
Mark Collins.
Brandy Grimes.
Larry Bubber. Cole. Eddie Murray.
Wesley Woodyard.
Dexter Irvin. Colin Fraser. Andrew Ladd.
Dustin Penner.
Dave Jackson, ESPN rules analyst on ESPN Hockey.
Brian Killingsworth.
Bart Oates. Don Horn. Ryan McNeil. Von Kirkland.
Chucky Okobe.
Jackie Sherrill. Eddie Meter.
EJ Speed.
Destiny Wooten. Dave Merhar. Pete Todd. Bob Grant.
Dan Pastorini. Mark Fleming. Brad Hopkins. Lee Steinberg. Steve Watson. Dan Vincent. Mitzi Dolan.
Karen Laurie.
Bo Campbell.
Len Elmore.
Mark Eaton from the Utah Jazz.
Charles Smith.
Chucky Brown.
Aubrey Hunt.
Chuck Joe.
John Nyland.
Mandy Van Slyke.
Matt Starr. Dr. George Gauthier.
Larry Sher.
Jesse Sapolo. Dana Stubblefield.
Jeff Rago. Jeff Jager.
Gino Toretta.
Jim O'Brien.
Kerry Justin. JT Thompson. Jim Everett. John McLaren.
Brad Boone.
Mel Stottlemyre.
Alan Massengale. Francisco Dalton. Kurt Sandoval.
Matt Gresham.
Bailey Brom. Leonard Marshall. Gary Reasons.
Doug Plank.
Everson Walls.
Jim McNally.
Shemmy Schembeckler.
Kurt Walk. Leroy Irvin.
Icky Wood. Tyrone Poole.
Alicia Thompson. Chris Stuhonker. Scott Petrick. Bruce Crampton. Butch Baird. Joe Koff. Kristen Rhodes.
John Gisco.
Mayor Carolyn Goodman.
John Lee, mayor of North Las Vegas.
Amy Wilson.
Nick Mackay. Voice of Salem Saberhagen. The talking cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
The father of the first family of drag racing.
John Ford.
Ricky Stidhouse.
Ben Brost, the voice of stock car racing.
Robbie Wells, seeking the Democratic nomination for President of the United States.
Jim Strasser, founder and CEO of Cali Strong, the California Sports Company. CEO of LA Gear, Nike, Oakley, Quicksilver, owner partners at Converse.
Greg Pryor.
Shea Hillebrand,
Carl McDowell, Jamie Baker,
Carlos Munoz, Darius Kasparaitis,
Dominic Rousseau,
Oh, Christie.
Emery Moorhead,
Kyle Turley,
Dave Robinson,
Jeff Bryant,
Leroy Irvin, Eric Hipple,
Mike Truminski,
Matt Doherty,
Greg Kite,
Dan Clark, Nitro, American Gladiator,
Manny Sanguin, Emery Moorhead,
Ricky Ellis,
Kyrie Washington,
Vince Workman,
Brett Lashbrook,
Chesty LaRue, Scotty Graham, John Robinson, Chris Dishman, Gary Robinson, Catcher Bill,
Steve Sachs,
Ward Brewster,
Randy Barnes,
Anastasia Valentine, Daryl Evans, Big Theo Ratliff,
Dr. Edwards, Adrian Goodson,
Cedric Tony, Ricky Pierce,
Rusty Spindell, Carl Mecklenburg, Mark Carrier,
Toy Cook,
Mercury Morris,
Eric Davis, Thomas Hollywood, Henderson,
Harold Jackson,
Chris Lacey,
I'm Eric Biggert, Dennis Rappaport,
Rich Murata,
Steve Lott,
Michelle Corrales-Lewis,
Brace, the Beast, Aleem,
Joe Cortez, Mark Catholic, Christopher,
Caleb Sweethands Plant,
Bronco Billy Ride.
Now, folks, that's a lot of guests. Now, mind you, that's not a complete list. But over the 7 years of putting the Sports Circus together, running all of those shows, that is a lot of work to do all the research for these people. And the cool thing about this is the conversations went so many different ways, whether it was science or politics or sports or music or film or television or, I don't know, mayors and whatnot. We had all kinds of people on the show, and we'll continue to grow. In fact, our reach has grown to hundreds of radio stations, television stations all over the country at this point. And we were told, you can't do it. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. I heard that one, probably about 6 weeks into it. Then I heard it again. This was in January of 2017. And then in March of 2017, after we had moved from Fox 1340 to NBC 920 The Game in Las Vegas, I said, I want to go Monday through Friday. I think we're good enough. They said, you keep trying. You're not good enough. You're going to stay right here on Saturday mornings. And so we started at 6 a.m. on Saturday mornings. Then we moved to 8 a.m. So we were making some progress. And then a couple months later, our 6-month contract was ending. And I said, look, and Jesse was the guy that I had to talk to. I said, look, Jesse, I want to go Monday through Friday. I think we're good enough. No, you're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. Imagine being told you'll never be good enough. And what does that do? It typically lights a fire under somebody's ass to say, look, we know we're good enough. So right when they did that, my contract ended in May of 2017. And a week later, actually, the contracts overlapped. It was a week before that one ended. I ended up on KMZQ 670 The Score Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. I guess if we weren't good enough, well, how the hell did we make it over there on such a big station for SB Nation? 1 month into it over there at SB Nation, and then the National wanted us on at 5 p.m. because they told us that we were better than anything else they had on the entire network. Now that is a lot of hard work for the Sports Circus. So guess what, folks? If you want to do a show, do a show. Don't do a podcast like everybody else. Do a regular terrestrial show. Be different, be unique, be normal, and be different all at the same time. Because it can be done. If we could do it, you could certainly do it. And thank you for 7 years with the Sports Circus. And hopefully we look forward to another 7 more years right here on your favorite station. So until next time, have a great day and so long, everyone.
That's the sound of sizzling, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks from UpperCutChops.com. Their best-in-class filet mignons, New York steaks, and the king of all steaks, the tomahawk and cowboy cut ribeyes are the best in the business. Even their Prime Wagyu burgers will likely be the best you've ever had. Browse the full selection of steaks and chops at UpperCutChops.com from the comfort of your home or on your mobile device. UpperCutChops.com delivers all natural, dry-aged USDA Prime Wagyu and Angus steaks and chops directly to your door, without the hassle of going to the grocery store and fight crowds to pick from a small selection of average at best meats with injected steroids, fillers, and coloring added to look good. Find out what's for dinner at UpperCutChops.com or call 702-799-9935. That's 702-799-9935. 702-799-9935. Or make your selection directly at UpperCutChops.com.